Now, as promised, we will talk more about the impact of the weather affecting so many people. There's a lot of focus, of course, as we know, in North Wales. The Environment Agency issuing 2 severe flood warnings for the area of St Asaph. As we say, that is the highest flood warning that the Environment Agency can issue. Hundreds of residents forced to leave their homes there. Also a very bad situation for people in Gloucestershire, lots of other parts of the country. But let's focus on that. Let's talk to Anthony Bartram, who is in Tewkesbury. We'll be with him shortly. First, let's head to Andrew Plant in Gloucester, where, Andrew, I think a family was rescued in the last hour or so. 4 of them, I think.
Yeah, 3 in that family, actually, and we've just seen our 4th person rescued by Gloucestershire Fire and Rescue Service here. And actually their boat has just disappeared around the corner under the bridge, going back to a traveller's site, which is about half a mile down this road, and which we can't get anywhere near right now. We're told the water, you can see the traffic going there, it's about a foot deep. By the time you get to the bridge, apparently it's about 7 feet deep. They go along with these long yellow poles, just marking out how deep it is, very, very carefully along the way before they launch their boat. And we've seen 3 people come down and then another come down from a traveller's site, which is just around the corner up there. More about that in a moment. Just let me show you down here. There's a whole load of houses just around this corner here. They were flooded back in 2000 and in 2007, and then they had some really heavy-duty flood defences fitted. So far, those are holding up, but the people inside have still had to be evacuated, of course, because although their houses are dry, they can't actually walk anywhere because there's about 3 feet of water outside their front door. And over this way, this was a field full of horses earlier today. They were wading round about knee-deep earlier, and then they've just been taken off to another field as well. And the waters here, this is an overspill from the River Severn, by the way, still rising. Even though in some places they are going down at the moment, the waters here still seeming to come up. Now, about 10:30, we saw them launch the boat here for the first time. They were going off to a house, a cottage, which was surrounded by water, too deep for the owners to get in or out, and they had 2 very young children, both under 4 years old. About an hour and a half later, we saw them come back round, and there was a lot of people standing here watching as well, and they were successfully rescued. And we talked to them, and they said they'd been stuck in their house, quite happy to sit it out, actually, but the problem is they've only got supplies for a certain number of days, and the mother was telling me that actually they didn't really know how long they might be stuck there for.
We're stuck in the house since yesterday. We managed to walk through some of the floods up the lane, but it wasn't passable by the car. My partner was over in Wootton, and he managed to get back to part of the village, and then our uncle tractored him in. But then overnight, obviously, as the water levels were rising, the house is fine because it's built on a tump, so we're very lucky there. We've got some ducks who think it's Christmas at the moment.
I was talking to the head of Gloucestershire Fire and Rescue Service here just a few minutes ago. He said Sandhurst Road here was really a very good example of why you shouldn't be driving down flooded roads here at all. It looks like a road, doesn't it? But actually, the side 2 left metres of it are a ditch. So that's what's been happening to a lot of people. They drive down these roads thinking it's all concrete beneath their wheels, and actually they find suddenly half their car is disappearing down the side in much, much deeper water because it's a ditch they didn't realise was there. So it's a very good example of why driving in flood water is a very bad idea. Also, he was telling me that a cubic metre of flood water weighs exactly a tonne. So pushing that with your car, again, really not a very good idea, he was saying. Now, we've just seen, as I say, the boat disappear off round that corner under the bridge for the 3rd time today, hoping to bring back more people who've become stranded at a caravan site here in Gloucester. Hopefully we'll see them coming back round here soon with more people that they've rescued from the floods. Back to you.
Andrew, thank you very much. Andrew Plant there.